The lead funnel report is the number one report for tracking leads. It's very important to understand where your leads are coming from, especially when we are talking about marketing dollars. If you are not tracking leads within the SiteLink system, then the lead funnel report will not have the benefit that you deserve. So before we look at the lead funnel report, which is in the upper right-hand corner of the report section, we need to first ensure that we are actually accounting for our leads. The main way to do that would be in the operations lead to lease screen, where we can add our customers that come to us from within our store. They call us on the phone, email us, or come from our website or a third-party source. So it's imperative that you're using the lead to lease screen to then properly populate the data in the lead funnel report. In conjunction with tracking our leads, you can also use the CRM, customer relationship management tool, to automate your follow-up process. Think about how you want to interact with someone that is a lead and also someone that is a reservation. When do we want to follow up with them? How much do we want to follow up with them? And how do we want to follow up with them? Think about that. Have the system automatically prompt you to follow up with your leads by recognizing where your leads come from, by following up with them on a timely manner, and sticking through to your process. You will convert more leads, you will have more move-ins, and then ultimately you will have more revenue in your business. Double click on the lead funnel report to bring it up. You can view the report daily, weekly, monthly, and other selection periods. Most people view the report monthly as of the previous month. So if we were in February, we would look at the report monthly for January. It's also very important to recognize in the upper right-hand corner that we have a filter. Typically, people are looking at all activity, which is everything that's going on with your leads, but you can choose other options as well. Placed in date range. What leads and reservations were created in the month of January and what happened with just those leads? What follow-ups happened in a date range? What was canceled? What was expired? And who moved in? Again, all of these different filters are part of the all activity. All activity would show, for example, if you put someone in as a lead 5 months ago and they were moved in this month, we would see that lead in this month's data. But maybe you only want to focus on the leads that were created this month and were moved in this month. That's when we can look at the placed in date range and or the moved in date range. So be aware that there are multiple filters, but typically if you aren't using this report, I would start with all activity and then look at different filters as needed. Click OK to view the report. The report is broken out by marketing category. So in this particular example, in this demo database, we have marketing category with nothing, marketing category for Google, marketing category previous tenant. If you're seeing nothing for the marketing category, that means that you did not click on the marketing option and select a category when these particular people were entered in as leads. It's imperative to put in a marketing category, again, because if we know the category, then we know how people are moving in. For example, you don't see it so much now, but in the past and for many years, people were paying for yellow pages. And the reason why they were paying for yellow pages is because that's what they did month after month and year after year in the past. By looking at a report like this, you realize we've been paying X for yellow pages, but we don't have anyone that was even a lead, yet alone converted from here. Take that premise and expand it to everything that you do. If you're spending a lot on Facebook ads and you're not getting anyone from Facebook ads as leads, maybe you need to reevaluate that particular advertising platform. The same goes with other advertising. If you are getting a lot of customers from referrals, maybe you need to promote that even more. So again, by seeing this data in front of you, you can make those pivots, make those corrections, and ultimately follow up with people more, put your advertising dollars where they need to be, and convert more people. When viewing the data, we can see if they had a company name entered, when it was placed, who it was placed by. So if we want to focus on a specific employee, this is showing the initials of that employee. What our percentage converted was, converted meaning converted into a move-in. When was it converted? We can see the date. When was the last follow-up? If there was a follow-up at all. Was that lead potentially canceled? What would the date be? Did it expire? There are settings that if someone says they're going to reserve on a specific date, how many days after that date would you potentially still consider that person a lead? Is it a week? Is it a month? Based on that setting, Sitely can automatically expire someone and take them off your lead list. When did they move in and what date was it? Days worked, meaning how many days did you work the lead? The source, where did they come from? So that could be from a website, it could be from your facility. Within that source, what was the origination? When we're adding someone as a lead, we could choose phone, email, walk-in, among other categories that would show here. Was there a promotion chosen for that person? What unit was selected? What was the size, the area of the unit, and was a reservation fee collected? These items are totaled at the bottom, and we have a total percentage conversion of all of the leads and reservations above. Then we have a summary section in terms of the source. In this particular example, all of the leads and reservations were entered as of the facility level, but if you had leads from your website or from Sparefoot or from another third-party integration, that would show here. Employee summary. Above we had the place by in the top section, but we can see totals by employee here. Click the next button in the upper left-hand corner. Did someone cancel? If so, how many canceled and what was the reason? We can look at marketing category and the percentage converted, origination totals, and then we have a report explanation at the bottom. It's also important to know that you can export this report to Excel, and when you export this report, you can see other data, specifically source values. So if you have leads coming from different third-party partners, you're going to see exactly where that lead came from. Maybe that's from your kiosk. Maybe that's from Sparefoot. It will all be listed in the source. So first of all, if you want to export that report, click the export button at the top and then save that where you want it to go. And then you're going to open that file. When you open the exported file, you'll see that there is a wide array of different columns. And this goes with the majority of our reports. If you export them to Excel, you'll typically see additional columns, but I wanted to highlight one specific column, and that column is B as in boy, Z as in zebra, BZ, source. If we are getting leads from a third-party integration, you are going to see that source information that was passed through an API in this column. So the lead funnel report is an excellent report for a myriad of reasons, but be aware, specifically when we're dealing with third-party integrations, that you can see source values in this column BZ. This video focused on the lead funnel report, but it's also important to not just think about the report, but your whole lead process. What process do you have currently? Are you putting your leads down on a piece of paper? Are you following up with them diligently? Are you, most importantly, putting them in the system? If you are putting them in the system, what is your follow-up process? Can that be changed? If you're following up with them on day 3, could we potentially follow up with them on day 1? Does that make a difference in our conversions? How can we make slight changes to increase our conversion percentage? 2% here, 5% there, where ultimately we are going to have an increased move-in percentage and therefore more revenue.